Hey guys, Mr. Magic Blocks here with some really cool ideas that you can use for your garden. And I got my little tiki torch here because I'm a Hawaiian vacationer. Oh yeah, it's going to be fun. Let's get started! Okay, the first thing I wanted to show you is something I've never really seen in Minecraft. I've never seen people make these. But my grandfather and my grandmother had one when I was growing up, and it was so much fun to play in. It's kind of like a little trellis grapevine kind of thing. It's made with fences, and I use different colored fences to add texture, and basically just put down the fences, and then you just hang leaves over them. You want to leave these open spots here. You want to make it feel open, unless you want to completely close it over. That's up to you. But I recommend leaving it open. It's kind of, you get the sights of the garden. And then I also occasionally had these leaves draping down over the fences. That adds depth. And then of course you can have leaves sticking out as well, like that. And then you just put a little path through here and texture it. And it's a really nice entrance to a garden. If you want to make a nice grand entrance, that's a nice thing to have. The second thing that we can put in a garden, if you need to take up space, is a greenhouse. So I got some glass here. I made kind of a box dome shaped thingamajig, and we put some flowers over here, we put some bonsai trees over here, and in the back maybe you have some sort of a botany chemistry thing going on over here with a sink. So yeah, if you need to fill up space, this is an excellent thing to use, and it's unique too. You don't see, I've never really seen these either. I've maybe seen a couple, but I've never seen that. Okay, the next couple of things I want to show you are more just accents or details that you can add. And I'm sure many of you have probably seen these before. It's wheelbarrows and little carts. These are made with slabs, trapdoors, and fence gates. It's kind of cool. So we have over here, we have the carts, and then over here we just have the wheelbarrows. That's a hopper and a cauldron. And then in the back here, I wanted to show you this is like a rickshaw. So we have the melon right there on the rickshaw, and then I used melon heads and kind of scattered them all over the place to detail this. And if you have like a market, or if you live in a town, this is a really good thing to add. It adds a lot of detail. And if you want to get these melon heads in game, I'll give you the command block code in the description below. Now another thing you can add for detail are these berries on a vine, I guess you could say. If you have any walls, like if your garden is like a secret garden, it's walled off, you can use redstone ore, and you can put vines in front of it and make it look like berries. And if you're going to do this, I don't recommend covering the whole thing in vines. Like we have a little blank spot there, we have a blank spot up there. But just put them sparingly, and it adds a little bit to it. And then you can also add bushes and trees. And I used an apple head for that tree. And then over here for the bush, I used vines. You might not notice it at first, but the vines add a little bit of texture to the bushes. And of course you could put heads on this too if you want to make it a berry bush. You can do whatever you'd like. And then this thing is probably the least interesting thing of the whole video, but I thought I'd show it to you nonetheless. If you have like a trellis or maybe a wall or something like that, you can texture it with fence gates. So you can use fences and then fence gates. And speaking of which, if you're ever making a fence, I recommend using fence gates. That's personally my favorite thing to use. I think it just looks so much nicer. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's a simple fence. I might do a little more detailing to this, but it gets the job done if you're in survival and you want to do a quick fence. I think it looks a little better. Now, the last thing I want to show you is a couple of things. Obviously, the main thing is the gazebo. So you can see the gazebo there. But we also have a little sitting area. You can come up here and sit down. And again, we use the fence gates. You can see how nicely they look. How nice they look. And then over here we can put a pond with some water reeds. And then the gazebo is kind of the thing that ties everything together. You can come over here, take a look at the pond. You can come over here and look out at your garden. And again, we used heads, and these are andesite heads. I'm a very big user of heads. I love them. They add good detail. And then these 4 plus pattern things here are actually dispensers. It's the top of a dispenser. I like that look. Okay, well, I hope you boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen found something you can use in your garden or to help improve your garden. Not that your garden needs improving, but, you know, I guess everything can use improving. You know, nothing's perfect. So yeah, hope you found something you like, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye!